tiny, but she sure is mighty. Avery Perez has raised thousands of dollars for victims of human trafficking, and she's not done yet.
My name is Avery Perez. I'm 15 years old, and my story is just how I got started with the Dream Center. Is I just reached out to Brian Steele, said, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to host a banquet in November to raise money for the Dream Center to redo a room. And he emailed back within 24 hours, and he was just like, hey, that's awesome. I love your heart. And so we got started with it. Before the banquet, we hit $25,000. Me and my team were just overly excited, and we were just like, hey, this is awesome. We already got our first room. Just in this, like, I realized just how much faith that you have to have for this, and but God exceeded every expectation. So that night of the banquet, we hit $85,000, and then the morning of after, we hit $100,000. And it's just been amazing to see so many people just on board with this cause, and just being able to realize that human trafficking is so prevalent in the U.S. and having them come beside me and just learn more about it with me has been amazing through all of this.
Well, today we have with us for the second time Avery Perez. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's nice to be back.
So Avery, we need to recap, because tell us what you raised last time and how you did it.
Yes. So last time we just hit $25,000, and just by that, we were just reaching out to people and saying, hey, would you like to be a sponsor? Would you like to donate? And just stuff like that, yeah.
And so what was your goal in your mind after that? Like, what was the stepping into the next season? Were you expecting to raise a ton of money? What was your goal?
Our goal after hitting 25,000 was 50,000 to do 2 rooms, and just we were like, okay, this is happening. Let's raise a lot of money.
But you ended up raising
$100,778.
like triple,
yes.
over triple what you expected you were going to do. It's insane. So tell us what the night that you raised the money, all of that.
Yeah, so that night we hit, at the end of the night, we were at about 85,000, and we were just like, wow, this is amazing. We'll be able to do 3 rooms, and like this is above our goal and everything. And then the next morning we woke up and we hit 100,000, and we're just like, okay, like this is great. We'll be able to do 4 rooms now. So.
Wow. And so what kind of event was this? Was it an auction? How are you raising this money?
Yeah, so we just invited people, and then we just did auction items and a silent auction and a live auction of things, and that's how we raised all of it.
So how old are you?
15.
So would you ever have imagined a couple years ago that 15-year-old Avery was going to raise $170,000?
No, not at all.
I think you serve as a testament to young and old about the power of setting goals. And a lot of people don't set goals in their life, therefore they don't reach anything great. Will you kind of talk to us a bit about your process of setting your goals and reaching those goals and what you do every day to get to that point?
Yeah, well, you just start out small, and you start out with a smaller goal, and once you hit that smaller goal, you just go from there, and they start getting bigger. And I mean, if God calls you to it, He'll bring everything that you need for it. So
it's so true. So how did you get involved with the Phoenix Dream Center? How did all this come to be?
I took a risk and reached out to Brian Steele and just sent him an email saying, hey, this is on my heart. This is something that I want to do. And he responded, and then it just went from there.
So what is your new goal in the future?
To just raise as much money as we can for them, and just with any needs that they have, just help out, and to get more involved in it. So.
Do you have any cool stories along the way of raising this money? Maybe girls that you've got to meet or whatever?
Yeah, I've got to meet some pretty amazing survivors, and just being able to talk to them face to face, it was just amazing, and they hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah. Are they obviously overly grateful to you? What's it like when you see them face to face and they express that gratitude?
It just reminds me of my why, of like why I'm doing this, and when the times get hard, I just go back to those moments and think, okay, like I'm doing it for them, you know?
Yeah. So what would you say to people right now who are watching and they're saying, I'm too young or I'm not powerful enough? I don't know people who have money. How did you do it? What would you say to people who are feeling like they can't do this?
Just getting involved, taking a risk, stepping out, even if you don't think they'll answer, maybe they will, because I honestly didn't think Brian was going to answer. And when I reached out and he did, then the doors just flung wide open for it.
Yeah. And so what's in the future for you? Are you going to continue doing this? Is this going to become a career for you? What are you wanting to do?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're going to have another one in November, another banquet to raise money, and hopefully it'll just become a yearly thing and I'll be more involved with the Dream Center.
Have you seen if you're able to, have you been able to inspire hope in those who are around you?
Hopefully. I mean, I have gotten a lot of great feedback and it's been so inspiring to me to just keep on going and following my dreams. So.
Have you seen any of your friends want to do this with you and get involved?
Yeah, I mean, all of them have just kind of asked me why I do it and my heart behind it and how they can get involved, which has been amazing.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Avery.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Well, Avery Perez has dedicated her life, even at 15 years old, to an amazing cause, the Phoenix Dream Center, the Where Hope Lives Center, where they are rehabilitating girls who've come off the streets from sex trafficking. She has poured her life into this and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're so grateful. This is a cause that is worth fighting for, and we ask you to join us in the fight against human trafficking. Visit thephoenixdreamcenter.org to find out how you can get involved.